Okay, when I look at part B, the question wants me to use my quadratic formula. Before I can use my quadratic formula, our terms should be all on the left. Right hand side should only have 0. Okay, then it should be arranged in the form of it should be arranged in the form of sum x squared followed by sum x followed by some number, and then right hand side equals to 0. Okay, so I must first make my quadratic equation look like this. So this one is a simplified form. I don't want the expression to be in the factorized form, bracket times bracket. So I need to expand this out also. Okay, so when I'm expanding this out, x times 3x will give me 3x squared. X multiply 2, 2x. Negative 1 times 3x, negative 3x. Negative 1 times 2, negative 2. Do I have to confiscate your PLD? Are you paying attention? Okay? Then I don't want the 3 to be on the right hand side. I want right hand side to be only 0. So if I don't want the 3 to be on the right hand side, I need to subtract 3. So I subtract 3 on both sides. So this 3 looks like it come over to the left hand side to become minus 3. Then I must simplify them until there are only 3 terms. X squared term, x term, and number term. Okay? 3x squared is the only x squared term, so 3x squared. Plus 2x minus 3x, so minus x. Minus 2 minus 3, minus 5. Okay? Now it's in the form x squared, x, and number. Right hand side is 0 already. I can start to identify what are my A, B, and C, so that I can apply my quadratic formula. So once it's in this form, I can go and write down my A is 3. A is the number of x squared, or the number in front of x squared. Then B is the number of x, or the number in front of x. So when I have minus x, I must know that the number in front of x is actually negative 1. I have minus 1x. And when your book, take out a piece of paper, go and copy paper and pen. Your iPad is a distraction, it is not a learning device anymore. Okay, and your C is the number, so C is negative 5. When we identify our A, B, and C, we can apply our quadratic formula. So this one is where you have to really go and practice. Go and write down your quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x equals to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This one you don't practice writing, you will find it very difficult to remember. Okay? It came from completing the square, but then you just write, it doesn't make sense. But then if you write enough times, then you'll be able to remember. So every question write one time, every question write one time. Okay? Then substitution. You know this formula is how you find your answer. You know the A, B, and C, the values. So now you want to put these values inside the formula. So substitution, you only change what you substitute. Everything else keep the same. Minus b, I am substituting b. So the minus, I should still have my minus. No change. This minus is still this minus. I want to change b, so I put b inside a bracket. And what is b? b is -1. So the minus of b is the minus of -1. So we always substitute with a bracket to make sure that the number of negative signs are correct. Plus, minus, no change. Square root sign, no change. b is being squared. So replace b with a bracket, put my -1 inside, square b. So I square the bracket. This one very important. If you never put the bracket, you will get it wrong. Oh, give me some time first. Minus is still minus, no change. 4 is still 4, no change. A I want to substitute, so I put a bracket and put 3 inside. C I want to substitute, so I replace with a bracket, put -5 inside. 2 no change. A I want to substitute, so replace with a bracket. Okay? So the bracket is one of the most important thing when you are doing your substitution.
This one right, you bring in front right?
Yeah.
This one, must you change the sign also?
No,
Or just leave it?
it's still on the left. So 5x is actually plus 5x. Just that I put -4x squared in front of 5x. So 5x plus 12x, 17x, correct? Okay? Then you can start to key in this entire thing inside your calculator. This one, key as plus. It is plus or minus, but we have to do it in 2 steps. So the first step, I will key in fraction sign, then numerator minus bracket -1 plus square root bracket -1, then square the bracket -4 bracket 3 bracket -5. Then denominator put 2 bracket 3. You can copy this exact same